Hey, great to be here with you on Giving Gigs. Yes. Wow, Larry Mitchell. Just amazing. If you didn't catch the guy before me, Larry Mitchell, that was a treat to be part of that. Let me just make sure everything's live here. Use my phone and yeah, let's watch that. Good evening to y'all. Steve Stay here. Tonight, Crazy Grandpa Steve. And, I a little set up for that. About 3 years ago, thought I was dying. And, I had some music that got me through a lot of tough times. And I decided to record it, put it on YouTube and Facebook for my grandkids to stumble on. Got 11 grandkids now, and just figured they could stumble on and hear about their grandpa's favorite music. So that's how it happened. So I did Crazy Grandpa Steve from there. Hey, Donna, welcome. Yeah, you should jump on. Let me know where you're listening from. It's kind of fun to see where people are at in the world. And thanks again, Mike, and your team for putting all this together. This was amazing. But hey, we got a bit here to go through. So decided tonight, since it was health issues that got me playing again 3 years ago, it would be appropriate to start with a song related to health. If you want to get people excited these days, there's one topic that actually trumps religion and politics, and that's their diseases or their health issues. You'll generally find that people fall into two camps. One gets all jazzed up talking about their diseases and what meds they're on for it, and the other side are people that are touting miracle cures, which was me for years. That was my business. And so I'd like to start off with a song just to, 2020 has been crazy, and, they've said that laughter is the best medicine. So rather than swallowing everything, let me see if we can help you maybe get some of the craziness out of your system from 2020. So here we go. This is a song that was originally done by Richard Rogers, Mike Agranoff in, I can't remember what year. He added his own lyrics to it. And here we go. It's a sing-along. Smallpox and chicken pox, grunting bronchitis, syphilis and typhus and encephalitis, sinuses ravaged by coughing and sneezes. These are a few of my favorite diseases. Pains that are minor, pains that are chronic, hangnails and herpes and plagues most bubonic, swine flu that renders you weak in the knees. Together, these are a few of my favorite diseases. When my bowels run and it comes from Montezuma's curse, I simply remember my favorite disease, and that makes me feel much worse. Thin and wan and pale and wasted, the girl with emphysema goes walking, and when she passes, she passes, she goes, that's sick. Leprosy. All my skin is falling off of me. I'm not half the man I used to be. Cancer and hemorrhoids, tuberculosis, yaws and malaria, multiple sclerosis, chest pains that no simple remedies. Again, these are a few of my favorite diseases. Gangrene and jaundice, severe dermatitis, ulcers and gallstones and appendicitis, polio, whooping coughs, colds, mumps, and measles. These are a few of my favorite diseases. When neuralgia brings nostalgia for the pains gone by, I think of diseases I've yet to contract, and that makes me want to die. Yeah, Mike Agranoff. Comedy music. We all have, music's a big part of so many people's lives. For me, the real change came with the comedy stuff. I was a 70s rocker playing music back during the 60s, 70s, quit playing in 1980. But it was Dr. Demento, late weekend night, listening to Dr. Demento and hearing a lot of these songs. But my first comedy song came about at a young age. I was at my grandparents' home, and we were just starting to get into records, buying records, 45s, and looking around. I said, "Grandpa, you don't have a record player." And it says, "Well, what do you listen to?" He says, "Let me show you something. Hey, Mike, good to see you." And so he took us down into what we call this dungeon, basement, little crawl space under the house. And he goes over to a shelf and he picks this big black box off the shelf, sets it down, opens it up, and it's a turntable. We recognize that. And I'm looking at it, but it didn't have any speed control for 44, 45, and 33. And I said, "Grandpa, what do you do here? Let me show you this." He pulls another box off, pulls out this big black record, and it's thick. He gives it to me. He says, "Put that on there." And I thought, "Wow, this thing is heavy." I put it on, and it was Alonzo and Oscar, 1947. There's a number of people have covered it. Ray Stevens and Willie Nelson even covered it. But Grandpa changed my life. That day, as we put that record on, he turned it on, the thing spinning 1,000,000 miles an hour, it seemed like, a lot faster than our records. And here's what came out of those speakers. Many, many years ago, when I was 23, I was married to a widder who was pretty as can be. That widder had a grown-up daughter who had hair red. My father fell in love with her, and soon they two were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. For my mother was my mother, 'cause she was my father's wife. To complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to Dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he was my uncle, then that also made him brother of the widder's grown-up daughter, who of course was my stepmother, my father's wife, and had a son that kept them on the run. And he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. Now, if my wife is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild. And every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. For now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. The husband of my own grandmother, I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. Yes, I'm my own grandpa. I'm trying to remember all those words. Yes, Grandpa, thanks for introducing that song to me. It changed my life. Comedy became, wanting to find those songs. And thanks to Dr. Demento, we did that. But, you know, there was a guy by the name of Larry Gross in 1975 that had a comedy song that actually hit the top charts. This is long before Weird Al. But, yeah, I hope you're there. You're having a good time. Yes, Tracy. Yeah, Dr. Demento changed my life. I working early in the morning, so I'd take and record his stuff and then spend the rest of the week going through those couple hours and finding songs to do. But this one, I don't know if I heard on Dr. Demento or if I heard it just on the regular radio. My business, I got into the health food business, selling supplements and that, and so this song really nailed the predicament that to have when you set yourself up to being any sort of healer or anything that way. It's real easy to feel like a hypocrite, and Larry nailed it with this song. You know I love that organic cooking, I always ask for more. They call me Mr. Natural, on down to the health food store. I only eat good sea salt, white sugar don't touch my lips. And my friends is always begging me to take them on my acrobatic trips. Yes, they are. But at night I take out my strong box that I keep under lock and key. And I take it off to my closet when nobody else could see. And I open that lid so slowly, take a peek up north and south. Then I pull out a Hostess Twinkie and I pop it in my mouth. In the daytime I'm Mr. Natural, just healthy as I can be. But at night I'm a junk food junkie, good Lord, have pity on me. Now at lunchtime you can always find me at the Whole Earth Vitamin Bar, just sucking on a plain white yogurt from a hand-thrown pottery jar, and sipping little hand-pressed cider with the carrot stick for dessert, and wiping my face in a natural way on the sleeve of my peasant shirt. Oh yeah. But when the clock strikes midnight and I'm all by myself, I could work that combination on my secret hideaway shelf. And I'll pull out some Fritos corn chips, Dr. Pepper, and open pie. Sit back in glorious expectation of a genuine junk food high. In the daytime I'm Mr. Natural, just as healthy as I can be. But at night I'm a junk food junkie, good Lord, have pity on me. My friends on down at the commune, well, they think I'm pretty neat. I don't know nothing about arts and crafts, but I give them something to eat. I was a friend to old Yule Gibbons, and I only eat homegrown spice. I got a John Keith Gratograph preacher filled up with my brown rice, yes I do. But lately, folks, I've been spotted with a Big Mac on my breath, stumbling into a Colonel Sanders with a face as white as death. I'm afraid someday they'll find me just stretched out on my bed, with a handful of Pringles, potato chips, and a ding-dong by my head. In the daytime I'm Mr. Natural, just healthy as I can be. But at night I'm a junk food junkie, good Lord, have pity on me. Yeah, thanks, Larry. Hey, good to have you here. Thanks for your chiming in. I love your comments and love to know where you're listening from. Yeah, tag in there. Hey, Sandy, good to see you, man. I'm glad you're sounding all right. You know, I got married really young. I was 16. Yeah, but anyway, you know, playing rock and roll. My former wife, she, you know, I knew she wanted to love song, people like that. Hey, Amber, good to see you. Yeah. You know, I knew she wanted it, and a love song never came out. It just never happened. Well, Dr. Demento, thanks to him, this is probably in the early 80s. I heard this song by Doug Robinson, and I thought it would be funny to learn it, tell my wife that I finally wrote her a love song, and then sing it for her. Well, not such a great idea. Not everyone I discovered appreciates the same humor. You may be surprised that that marriage lasted almost another 20 years after that when you hear this today. But, she only made it through the first verse before she stormed out of the room. And so don't do that yourself if you hear it. Just wait till the end, because if you'd waited till then, who knows what would happen. So here we go. You're not the best, but you're not the worst. Won't be my last, and you're not the first. Some folks say you're simple, others call you plain. You never give me pleasure, but you never cause me pain. You're my mediocre mama. If you're good, then I can't tell. You don't do nothing special, but you don't do it well. You're not obese, but you're not quite lean. And when you try to polarize, you end up in between. You're the average. You don't even perspire, but you got that special blandness that sets my blood on fire. You're my mediocre mama. If you're good, then I can't tell. You don't do nothing special, but you don't do it well. Oh, you never spit, and you never curse. You act as if your whole life were already rehearsed. You're so middle of the road, your best is just okay. And when you stand to speak your mind, there's not a lot to say. I'm your mediocre mama. If you're good, then I can't tell. You don't do nothing special, but you don't do it well. On weekends, other couples live it up a bit. But when we go out on a date, we sit at home and sit. You got no taste, but I've seen worse. You're pretty strange, but at least you're not perverse. And people always ask me why I'm so in love with you. I tell them you're my blasé babe, my Norma Nookie Poo. You're my satisfactory sweetheart, and you try as best you can. You're my mediocre mama. I'm your mediocre man. All right, mediocre mama. Kevin, my friend Carla has a song called Totally Average Woman. All right, yeah, take that one. Love songs. Let's go there. You know, when I remarried about 20 years ago, and she knew I did comedy stuff, and she came to hear me at a gig, and she says, "Do you know any regular love songs?" I had to really think hard about that, but no, not many. This song was, by another love song about falling in love by Tim Wilson. We lost Tim. Gosh, one of the most prolific comedy writers of his content, not only music, but yeah, check out Tim Wilson. We lost him in February of 2014. I remember we were in Mexico. We got word that he'd passed away. Yeah, bless her heart, Kevin. Yeah, I heard this song. Oh my gosh, and I dedicated this one to my mom, who, would be in her late 80s now. She passed away just before Tim Wilson did, and I count myself really fortunate to be born to such a loving being who wanted three things out of us kids. Number one, to be happy. Two, to stay out of jail. And three, stay true to the religion we were raised in. Well, I said 1 out of 3 ain't bad, but there was a fourth, and this song puts, that means 2 out of 4. Yes, batting an average of 500. So thanks to the musical genius of Tim Wilson, and this 2003, I think he wrote this one. Too close to my table. I was traveling down Highway 89, some idiot crossed the line. I had to swerve to miss him, knocked down a deer crossing sign. Took out some woman's mailbox and wound up hitting the pothole. And the last thing I remember, I was chewing on a telephone pole. But I had on clean underwear. Clean underwear, yeah, my mama would have been proud of me, 'cause I had on a pair, I had on clean underwear when they took me to intensive care. The doctor and his nurse said, "Looky there, he's got clean underwear." I was in there for about a week, got off the critical list. Scared me up a date with a physical therapist. Took her out for dinner and drinks, and when I got her back to my pad, she said she liked the lights on. Boy, I was glad that I had on clean underwear. Clean underwear, yeah, my mama would have been proud of me, 'cause I had on a pair, I had on clean underwear when I put myself in her care. The good-looking nurse said, "Looky there, you got clean underwear." Clean, clean, clean Hanes, BVDs, and Fruit of the Loom. Oh, Kevin. Yeah. Oh, what is B diminished 7th augmented 3rd sound like? Yeah, that's I don't know. Something like that happens. Hey, since, I'll go back. This is probably my favorite Tim Wilson. We talked about Tim. Growing up, the music, my music and the music of my parents were diametrically opposed. Dad and his elevator music, and he did introduce me to Tijuana Brass. I remember the Whipped Cream album that when he brought that home. Hey, for a young kid, that's not a kind of picture you want to be showing those of you that remember it. But, Dad was elevator music versus rock and roll for me and the Sibs. And that, wasn't the case with my kids. They still listen to a lot of the classic rock stuff that they were raised on and I was playing while they were growing up. So for years I worried about that, what would happen to them because of that. That wasn't until I heard this Tim Wilson song from 1999. And... it's a good, brilliant song, kind of music history. Mama made us listen to Pink Floyd and Croy Kramer. We had 3 square meals of mushrooms and cornbread. Mama's kitchen smelled a lot like incense and cathead biscuits. We'd watch Poor and Dolly to throw on the Grateful Dead. Born and raised on acid country, eating turnip greens and a handful of Nebutols. Daddy couldn't take it, he had to go. You can't play Hendrix on a banjo. Mama walked the floor and laid another brick in the wall. High heroes were Roy Acuff and Abby Hoffman. We grew up outside of Woodstock, Tennessee, listening to Farron Young and the sight of Inagata Davida. Mama raised a well-rounded outcast out of me. Born and raised on acid country, eating cold ham hocks and a handful of Placidels. Yeah, Daddy couldn't take it, he had to go playing Alice Cooper on a dobro, wearing leather hip huggers, working in the cotton mill. And if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. Son, you're walking on the fighting side of me. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And Chet Atkins playing his guitar on the MTV. Born and raised on acid country, making smoke on water sound a lot like Uncle Pen. Daddy couldn't take it, he had to go. You can't mix Deep Purple and Bill Monroe. Row, row, row. And sunshine of your love while yodeling. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay. So much for yodeling. Yeah, Tim. Yeah, soundtrack to your youth. There you go. So that was for my kids. Dad being a rock and roller and their mom liking country music. Let's get back to some love. Hey, good to have you here. And I appreciate you telling me where you're listening from as you chip in here. And if you want to feel like send them some money this way, I put a link in there. Don't tip me. There's a lot of people in big need right now. In our local homeless resource center, shelter resource center, food kitchen, food pantry, lots of people need help. So whether it's mine or your own place, but take and make a donation to them instead of tipping me. But I hope with the other artists, a lot of the artists that are on here are trying to make a living doing this, and I hope you're generous in tipping them. Left my ukulele. This is a John Prine song that we lost him to COVID this year. Just what a shame. But a song about one of my favorite vacation spots. And I remember first time Mom and Dad came home from Hawaii, and Dad told me as he stepped off the airplane, back then you didn't walk through the tunnels, you walked down to the tarmac, and there were these beautiful women at the bottom of the stairs giving him something. And John Prine and he put it this way. Hey, I don't have a steel guitar or my ukulele, so we'll try to make do. There we go, steel. There's my ukulele. Well, I packed my bags and bought myself a ticket to the land of the tall palm tree. Aloha, St. George City. Hello, Waikiki. I just stepped down from the airplane when I heard her say, Waka waka luka nika, waka waka luka nika, would you like a lay? Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, whisper in my ear. Kikapuka maka wawahini are the words I long to hear. Lay a coconut on my tiki, what a heck of mooka mooka dear. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, say the words I long to hear. It's a ukulele Honolulu sunset, listen to the grass skirt sway. Drinking rum from a pineapple out on Honolulu Bay. Steel guitars are playing, she's talking with her hands. Gimme, unka dunka, make a wish, I wanna poke her words I understand. Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, whisper in my ear. Kikapuka maka wawahini are the words I long to hear. Lay a coconut on my tiki, what a heck of mooka mooka dear. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, say the words I long to hear. Well, I bought a lot of junk with my moolah, and I sent it to the folks back home. I never had a chance to dance a hula Well, I guess I should have known when you start talking with the sweet wahine, walking in the pale moonlight. Okanoka, what I said, a nakaraka, shiskubaka, hope I said it right. Hey, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, whisper in my ear. Kikapuka maka wawahine are the words I long to hear. Lay a coconut on my tiki, wanna heck a mooka mooka dear. Let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, say the words I long to hear. Yes, let's talk dirty in Hawaiian, say the words I long to hear. Gonna miss John. Jeez, already missing him. What a crazy guy. Growing up 70s and doing that, yeah, like I say, my previous marriage lasted 30 years, and if she hadn't booted me out, I'd probably still be there. But my family comes from pretty strong DNA, pioneer type of DNA that are committed when they're doing things. And so, this particular song by another Tim Wilson one, my gosh, I'm pulling out Tim about the guy who they still haven't found. He was 5'8", a powerful man. He weighed about 200 pounds. A former Teamsters leader that I just got to track down. They say that he might be under the Giants' end zone. That's why I'm out here digging up bones, and I'll keep searching till I'm 6 feet underground. When she said, when they find Jimmy Hoffa, that's when I'll come back to you. It's been 40 years since he disappeared, and we're still through. If I ever get her back, brother, I don't know. I got a set of dental records and a new backhoe. So grab a shovel, you gotta help me find Jimmy Hoffa. Her being gone is something that I can't bear. Willard Scott's toupee looked a lot like Hoffa hair. He was into pension funds and semi-trucks. Now he may be the bacon in a Dave's Deluxe. But if he ain't in there, he's got to be around here somewhere. 'Cause she said, when they find Jimmy Hoffa, that's when I'll come back to you. He might be the green in Irish Spring or the white stuff in Elmer's glue. Is it dishwashing liquid or deviled ham? They just found his class ring in a can of Spam. Whoa, help me. You gotta help me find Jimmy Hoffa. Won't you help me find Jimmy Hoffa? Here's a quarter. You gotta help me find Jimmy Hoffa. Those of you down under, I don't know if you don't even know who Jimmy Hoffa is, but yeah, help me find him. You know, those of you with kids, it's not an easy talk to have, the whole sex talk about them, you know, but, you know, and today it's even rougher with you know, not only COVID, but STDs, just crazy stuff. How do you bridge that topic with your kids and keep it serious and not stifle their sexuality? But this is a song from 1981 that talks about a STD that doesn't get much airplay at all, and it was done by a group called the Piggies. It's kind of a sick song and mature topic, but here we go. I'm not impressed by fashions, by parody. There we go. The debutantes don't drop their pants for me. The one thing I adore, you won't find in a store. My darling has that special quality. My baby's got rabies, not gonorrhea, syphilis, or scabies. She's a contraceptive wonder, the foam that comes from under her smile when she's in ecstasy. My baby's got rabies, she's absolutely mad about me. Ooh. I love it when she throws those little fits. That sexy growl, that snarl and howl and hiss. Her eyes are fiery jewels, it's magic when she drools. The taste of rodent lingers on her kiss. My baby's got rabies, not gonorrhea, syphilis, or scabies. She's a contraceptive wonder, the foam that comes from under her smile when she's in ecstasy. My baby's got rabies, she's absolutely mad about me. A terminal infection is running through her veins. No need to take injections, it's rotting out her brains. She's got boils, she's got a rash, she's got a fever, she's got gas. She's pregnant, that's okay, she's dying anyway. My baby's got rabies, she's absolutely mad about me. I'm throwing up and showing all of the signs, and I know it's just a matter of time till my baby's rabies will be mine. Oh, yeah. All right, Veronica, maybe that'll help with your two teenage boys. Yeah, yeah, brutally honest. This kind of helps. Well, that song, well, my kids got it in song in a lot of ways. All right, comedy songs in my generation. You know, someone I've never seen live is Weird Al Yankovic. He's been here in town. He and James Taylor have evaded me in my career and being able to catch him. But yeah, he was here a few years ago, and I missed seeing him. Finally got to see James Taylor, but Weird Al Yankovic, what an amazing person. You know, in my 66 years, I've only met a few couples that, you know, were really good at disguising the reality of what's going on in their relationships. And as much as most of us think we're good at covering it, our illusionary skills basically suck. And you know, but what sucks most is being with someone that you just can't accept, celebrate, and express your differences with. And I'm lucky to have found that 19 years ago. And so my hope is that, you know, just to couple up with someone that you can share. So That's right, Tim Polka. This isn't a polka one of his. Yeah, Weird Al does this, but this is my favorite Weird Al Yankovic song, and it's you know, in my divorce, when my first wife divorced me, it caught me off guard. I didn't see it coming, and I find most guys are like that, and I think Weird Al covers it in this song. And I don't think this is a parody. This is an original of his that he did, and so here we go. We've been together for so very long, but now things are changing. Oh, I wonder what's wrong. Seems you don't want me around. The passion is gone and the flames died down. I guess I lost a little bit of self-esteem that time that you made it with a whole hockey team. You used to think I was nice, and you tell all your friends that I'm the Antichrist. Oh, why did you disconnect the brakes on my car? That kind of thing is hard to ignore. Got a funny feeling you don't love me anymore. I knew that we were having problems when you put those piranha in my bathtub again. You're still the light of my life. Oh, darling, I'm begging, won't you put down that knife? You know I even think it's kinda cute the way you poison my coffee just a little each day. I still remember the way that you laughed when you pushed me down that elevator shaft. Oh, if you don't mind me asking, what's this poisonous cobra doing in my underwear drawer? Sometimes I get to thinking you don't love me anymore. You shoved my face down on the barbecue grill. Now my scars are all healing, but my heart never will. You set my house on fire, then you pulled out my chest hairs with an old pair of pliers. Though you think I'm ugly and you say I'm cheap, you shaved off my eyebrows while I was asleep. You drilled a hole in my head, then you dumped me in that drainage ditch and left me for dead. Oh, you know this really isn't like you at all. You never acted this way before. Honey, something tells me you don't love me anymore. Oh, no. Got a funny feeling you don't love me anymore. Oh, Weird Al. Yeah, Tim. Yeah. Oh, and Kevin, yeah, one more minute. Isn't that the one where you jump into a swimming pool full of double-edged razor blades? Yeah, one more minute. Yeah, got that around here somewhere, but that's a great song too. So, hey, Steve Stay Here just has Crazy Grandpa Steve. If you want to catch more of these, I recorded. Say, I did about 3 years ago. Started recording for my grandkids to stumble onto, and you can catch him there at crazygrandpasteve.com or just grandpa.live, I think takes you to one of those two. You know, for the last decade or so, we live in the most conservative state in probably in the entire United States. And in the state of Utah, the county we live in is the most conservative. And, you know, we've got out of our 9 kids, we've got 3 of them that are in same-sex marriages. Gay if our son, and they're all doing it. And, you know, all we've wanted is just the same rights and protections for our gay kids that we have for the straight ones. And so for the last decade, I've been kind of accidental activists for our gay children and doing a lot of things. And yeah, gosh, I can't believe we got marriage equality. So we've got 2 of our kids are married now, and 1 in a relationship, may end up there. So there was a time I was a big old homophobe, and you may find that hard to believe if you knew me today. But yeah, this song I heard in 1981. I thought, oh my gosh, I'd had a friend approach me at that time and wanted to talk privately, and told me that how he felt about me, which was kind of a shock. I kind of had to step back with that. But this song came out, and I thought, gosh, I wish I would have had this as an answer to my friend. The song got me fired from a few gigs because people didn't listen to the end of the song. It's a very positive song, and you know, if my friend had approached me today, I'd say, hey, listen, you're one of my oldest and dearest friends, but you see, you got to understand that, well, I'm hopelessly heterosexual. I guess I'm kinda slow. Mom and dad were all I had, that's the only way I know. I'm hopelessly heterosexual. I'm stuck with being straight. So man to man, I'll ask you not to ask me for a date. When I'm with you, I'm happy. When you're with me, you're gay. I love you like a brother, but not the other way. Now I'm not scared to try it, but it's not my cup of tea. I never even thought of it till you brought it up to me. And now that I've considered it, I'd rather stay repressed, 'cause I don't get excited at the thought of you undressed. I'm hopelessly heterosexual. You know I'm not a tease. I'm a product of society, so don't be angry, please. I'm hopelessly heterosexual, and I hate to be a bore, but I'd rather watch the Super Bowl than sit here and explore. I'm flattered that you asked me, it's the way it has to be. Cupid's kinda stupid, he hit you, he missed me. But since we're on the subject, and you know where I stand, what exactly do you do? I guess use your hand. I mean, who does, how does, where does, where, well, from behind, you know, I thought it was, never mind. I'm hopelessly heterosexual, and I don't mean to offend, so don't hold it against me, and please be my best friend. Yes, don't hold it against me, but please be my best friend. Yeah, hopelessly heterosexual. Peter Alsop, who was actually a psychologist, wrote that in 1981, dealing with the issues there. Oh, what do we got? We got about 10 minutes left here. Let's see if we can do this. Highly inappropriate songs. Not inappropriate, no swear words, nothing there. This song was another one back in 2000. Written by a guy who does a lot of very positive music. He was his father, who's a minister, came to him with an idea. Said, son, I got this idea for a song. Here, take this. And had to do with Viagra and Niagara Falls. And so the son took it, came back, said, okay, Dad, here's a song we co-wrote together. And bring it up here just a little bit. Paul Thorne. Great song. There we go. There was a time when I could make love all night long, like a big rooster in a barnyard, I felt strong. But now my private part needs an emergency jump start. I'm gonna go to Viagra before it falls. My wife put on a sexy negligee, but I just had to turn the other way. She's so full of frustration, 'cause I can't rise to the occasion. I'm gonna go to Viagra before it falls. I know I'm not the man I used to be. This sudden lack of manly prowess, it's just killing my self-esteem. Lord, I feel like such a failure with my broke down genitalia. I'm gonna go to Viagra before it falls. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, anybody that can rhyme failure with genitalia should be having a lot more viewers than this. Yeah. I remember well, it was March 1988. It was then that Pfizer Chemicals, you've heard Pfizer now, yeah, started airing a commercial. It was 55 seconds of old people celebrating, dancing, singing, jumping around, and then 5 seconds of just the word Viagra. Talk to your doctor. You know, the world learned a lot about ED then. And, you know, I'm just a young guy, I didn't get it. But now in my 60s, I get it, yeah. You know, I just know now that it's a good thing that Viagra is made in the good old USA. The last thing we need is some Russians meddling in our erections. I knew a man who's 96 years old. He put Viagra in the Jello bowls. Now he's the king of the nursing home. All the women won't leave him alone. I'm gonna go to Viagra before it falls. I know I'm not the man I used to be. This sudden lack of manly prowess, it's just killing my self-esteem. Lord, I feel like such a wussy because I can't get no legal marijuana here. Go to Viagra before it falls. Oh, it's been a while if it wasn't obvious since I've done that. Oh gosh, it's let's see, probably time for two more before we get out of here. Yeah, this is a fun song. 1984, Pinkerton Bowden, another clever song about those of you that are into fishing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was told to stay away from that woman. You know, very first time I laid eyes on her, I knew she was up to something fishy. I was a cook. She was a waitress down at Salty Sam's Seafood Cafe. And somewhere between the clam juice and that seaweed salad, some little shrimp just lured her away. Oh, I lobster and never flounder. He wrapped his line around her as they drove off in his carp. Oh, I lobster and never flounder. High octopus is facing, he'll only break her harp. So I said, just squid, leave me for that piano tuna. If you're on to trout, something new. She was the bass I ever had, now my life has no porpoise. Oh my God, I want her, yes I do. Oh, I lobster
and never flounder. He wrapped his line around her as they drove off in his cart. Oh, I lobster and never flounder. High octopus is facing, he'll only break her heart. You know, I swore fish come back to me, I'd show her a whale of a good time. I'd even take her to hear the big band sounds of Tommy Dorsal. What soul. Yeah, I knew she's one of his groupers. She loved his popular tuna, Sam Enchanted Evening. Yeah, but if I did, she'd only give me that night to night, honey, I got a haddock routine. You know, I've kept her picture of my walleye all these years, just for the halibut. I even gave her a sand dollar when she was collecting for Jerry squids. You know, I only spoke loud to her because I knew she's losing her hearing. Well, we'd better quit seahorsing around here before you people all go into a state of shark. If we get out of here live tonight, it'll be nothing short of a mackerel. But frankly, scallop, I don't give a clam. Oh, I lobster and never flounder. He wrapped his line around her as they drove off in his cart. Oh, I lobster and never flounder. High octopus is facing, he'll only break her heart. That's how the ending went. Yes. Hey, fun being with you tonight. I'm going to finish with this one that almost got me beat up a few times. It was early 80s. I was in LA, out visiting in-laws there. And I remember driving in West Covina. I was, and listening to the radio, listening to music on the LA stations. And let's get back here. Yeah, finished with this one. And I heard this song that just helped me see that, you know, we just all borrow from each other. And I could just see myself doing my homework in high school at home, watching afternoon TV, listening to album rock radio. And here we go. Fun being with you. And again, donation to Switchpoint is where I'd appreciate you doing that. So thanks for having me here. If as you're listening through, yeah, let me know where you're listening from. It's always fun to do that. Now sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. Now the mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. And it makes me wonder, really makes me wonder. Now the weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed, and if not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. Now the ship set ground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, a millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Mary. Gilligan's Isle. No phone, no lights, no motor car, not a single luxury. Like Robinson Crusoe, they're primitive as can be. So join us here each week, my friend, you're sure to get a smile from seven stranded castaways here on Gilligan's Isle. Hey, good night from St. George, Utah. Fun being with you. And gosh, I just love catching all the new artists that we're hearing through this, and we'll continue for the next few days. So thanks for being here. You want to hear more, go to grandpa.live. You catch the comedy stuff. If you caught my Christmas stuff, the Elvis lives.com takes you there. And if you want my classic rock, which is what I enjoy doing, I do a lot of just grandpa.rocks. We'll take you there. So thanks again, and Switchpoint, donate there. Appreciate y'all. Have a fabulous evening. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.